all. So I decided to make a top 10 video, and today I'm going to be counting down my top 10 comfort films. So my definition of a comfort film is a movie that when you're feeling kind of bummed or really stressed out, you pop this movie in and it surrounds you in a bubble of joy and or reflection or just wacky funness that makes you forget for the hour and a half, 2 hours of time that life can occasionally stink. I decided, for the sake of my sanity, to focus on just old classic movies. And by this I mean movies that were released pre-1980, because if I included everything before 1980 and after 1980, this would be a top 40 list. I might make a separate video for 1980 on, but for now we're just gonna do 1979 and below. Now before we get started on the official top 10 list, I thought I should mention a couple of honorable mentions, and that would be Gidget and Funny Face. Now, while these do wrap me in a bubble of joy, they're just both flippin' adorable. There were just a couple other movies that do feature Audrey Hepburn and Sandra Dee that I liked a little bit more, so those ones definitely rated higher on my list, but do check them out if you so wish. Now on to the official Jazz's Top 10 Comfort Films Pre-1980's edition. Starting at number 10, I have chosen a little movie called Rear Window. Now you might think this is kind of an unusual choice because it is a mystery slash thriller, and I wouldn't fault you for thinking that it's a weird choice. But I have to say that I think a lot of Hitchcock films have a certain level of comedy thrown in with their thrillerness, even if it's kind of dark comedy. And this one is no different. It definitely has a lot of witty humor and a lot of witty dialogue. I love hearing just wit splashing all over a screen. And I just really love the dynamic between Jimmy Stewart and Grace Kelly and Thelma Ritter and their just problem-solving kind of thought process. To add on to that, I do really get a strange satisfaction out of a mystery being solved. And maybe it shows me that in life things can be solved, even if there's a lot going on to make it happen. Number 9. Now I promise that after this, you will not hear the words Harold and Maude for a long time again, because I know you've been hearing about this for about 3 weeks, but there is a reason why I'm obsessed with it, okay? Harold and Maude brings me such awesome, fabulous joy, okay? And I think it's because I love seeing a film or reading a book that is about transformation. It's about a character starting out as one thing and becoming something else. And also, this movie is a movie about building real relationships with people instead of allowing yourself to be alone just for the sake of not having to really live your life to the fullest. And it just reminds you to live your life to the fullest. I think that's some of the reason why this movie brings me joy, but also it's just funny and it's got quirky moments. It makes me smile. Number 8 is To Serve with Love. So what I love about To Serve with Love is that it is a movie that shows how important a teacher can be in your life, and how, if you are a teacher or even if you're not, teaching others can be such an important part of your life and so transformative and so just life-changing. And I love that it shows both those things. It shows how Sidney Poitier's character, him being a teacher to these young people, changes their life and how they change his life. And it's just beautiful. It's just a beautiful movie for that. I'm into this movie for the absolute feels. it gives you. It's a movie that I will pop in if I want to have a good smile, a good laugh, and also a good cry. Just does all those things. It makes me feel every emotion I can feel in 1 hour and a half setting. And yes, I do always cry. It's not like a bad cry. It's I'm so happy and just feeling the feelings that I have to tear up. And you need that sometimes in your happy movie, okay? Number 7 is a movie called White Christmas. There's just a lot of memories for me tied to White Christmas because it's actually a movie that was introduced to me by my dad, and the reason why that's hilarious is because my dad does not like a musical. I love a musical. I'm a musical theater junkie, and my mother loves a musical, but that's just not really my dad's thing. And the fact that this is the only musical that dad likes and that he introduced it to me makes it just extra super special. So it's a movie that we can all watch together and really enjoy together, and we all sing the songs together. It's just wacky fun as a family film. But also, as a movie, I love it. There's just great comedic moments in it. There's fun dialogue. There's awesome Irving Berlin songs in it, and really cool costumes and great performance numbers. And as a dancer, like, the choreography is flipping amazing. And I just feel like singing choreography right now because it's literally one of the songs. It's just like some of the best movie dance choreography ever. So I can't not find joy in that and find inspiration in it. If you're feeling any kind of holiday blues or any of that stuff, you need to pop some White Christmas in right now. Well, not right now, but in December. Number 6, Some Like It Hot. So this is a happy movie, I think, just because it's hilarious. If you don't think Some Like It Hot is funny, I think you might need some medication to make you feel more joy, because Some Like It Hot is one of the most hilarious films of all time. The antics and craziness that Jack Lemmon and Tony Curtis go through are just great. Their interaction with Marilyn Monroe is wonderful, and there's just a lot of just mayhem and foolishness and just interesting dialogue and physical comedy that just makes it beautiful. You can't help but smile when that movie's on. That's just my opinion, but I feel like you can't help it. It's just gonna happen. We've reached the top 5. Oh my gosh. So number 5 would have to be The Parent Trap. If you ask me for like a group of movies that defined my childhood, I think high on that list would be The Parent Trap. It was one of the movies that I was just obsessed with. So obsessed with as a child. And when I talk about obsessed with it, I mean I watched every subpar sequel to The Parent Trap. I was utterly offended by the remake. I literally, when my mom's friend like gave me these 1960s swimsuits that are like literally vintage, I immediately had to go out and get a swim cap so I could look like Haley Mills and Haley Mills in The Parent Trap. Like, that's how obsessed I was. I have so many favorite parts in the movie, and I think what makes a movie great to you is always having a lot of favorite parts. I am excited about it as from like the moment that credits roll, because it's got that awesome opening credit thing that's all like stop motion animation. Straighten up their mess with togetherness, The Parent Trap. I sing Let's Get Together, yeah, and all that fun stuff. I also still quote it to this day. You gotta choose gum, because I always choose gum. I don't say a word, not a single word. It's just the full measure of Parent Trap joy is just because it reminds me so much of my childhood and those innocent days before you had to like have money or like really do anything that required work or meeting, you know? So those were great days, and it reminds me of that, and it's just funny and amusing and all those good things too. Number 4 is not really one movie, but a collection of films, and those would be the Tammy films. Any one of the Tammy movies is gonna make me just pick myself up and brush myself off and start all over again, okay? I just love seeing Tammy leave her houseboat on the river and go out into the world and find love. And yes, the stories are formula, and it's kind of the same formula for every movie, but I just love seeing her like just go, and like you want to see her win, and because she's just so sweet and endearing, and she's got her really cute awkward life advice that is so incredibly true, plus that utterly endearing song. Tammy, Tammy's in love. I just love when she sings that. Over the time of these films, there were several actresses that played Tammy, and they're all good. Give me Sandra Day Tammy, give me Debbie Reynolds Tammy, give me Debbie Watson Tammy, and I am still happy no matter who it is. It's just good casting, and they all get the Tammy character, and it's amazing, because usually when they replace an actress with another actress, it's like, no. But it works in this, and that's another reason to love it. Number 3 is Pillow Talk. Pillow Talk. Yes, there is a song for all of these. No, there isn't. There really isn't. But I told you to like the musicals, okay? If Doris Day is on the TV, I'm dropping everything. I'm watching it. But this one is one of my particular favorites. And it is also a particular favorite of mine for when I'm feeling really bleh. Witty dialogue, like I always like. Also, great physical comedy, a lot of weird antics and confusion and just utter hijinks going on, and also the undeniably awesome chemistry between Rock Hudson and Doris Day, and just great character roles in it as well, and it's just happy. They do that thing where they sing monologues in their heads, and I know not everybody probably likes that, but I love that, okay? It amuses the heck out of me. I think they do a really cool job of using music in general to tell the story, so I do really get a kick out of that, and I particularly get a kick out of that roly-poly sound. Roly-poly. I can't help it. So definitely this is like guaranteed movie to pick me up and make me feel good and just have a really good laugh. Number 2 is a movie called Charade. So if you can tell by my ensemble, my fabulous t-shirt, any Audrey Hepburn film is probably gonna bring me a certain level of joy because I am obsessed with Audrey Hepburn. But Charade is definitely the one that I'm gonna pop in when I'm really not feeling so great, and it's because it is literally exactly like this photo that is in the trailer. It is 1/3 suspense, 1/3 comedy, 1/3 romance, and I like all those things. I think a lot of people like all those things, so it's kind of relatable, and you're gonna be entertained, you're gonna have an escape moment, you're gonna have an adventure moment, you're gonna have a little bit of love going on. Everybody who has seen this movie and enjoyed it always talks about the wonderful chemistry between Audrey Hepburn and Cary Grant, and it's 100% true. It is wonderful. I just think they're hilarious. There's just some great character actors yet again in this one, and there are some really fun dialogue moments and just great scenes. And it's just a whole lot of excitement and joy. Number one is The Slipper and the Rose. And this one's probably number one as my go-to pick-me-up. I really put this on when I'm really depressed. And why? Because it's my favorite movie ever. You know I like a good musical from the rest of the stuff on this list. So it's definitely a fabulous musical. What I think is kind of fun about it and what I like is that most Cinderella stories kind of focus just on Cinderella and you don't really get as much of a princess point of view. I'm saying most, not all. But this one focuses really 50-50 on both characters and it gives both of them a lot of depth. I also love that it has a really cool, wacky, kind of British humor in it. And it also has some drama feels as well. So you're getting like a little bit of both in there, plus the awesome Beautimus songs. All the songs were written by the same guys that wrote Mary Poppins, I think, but I love this way more than Mary Poppins, and I think the songs are like, even though Mary Poppins songs are great, I think these ones are like, whoa, wow, blow your mind. Tell him that it wasn't love. Oh my gosh, I died. It's also got some pretty good production numbers, and I don't know. I just love me some Richard Chamberlain. Just give me Thornbirds, give me Slipper in the Rose, give me more. Recently, my mom caught it for me on Blu-ray because she is a fabulous human being. It's my favorite movie, okay? Fairy tale-ness and happiness and beautimusness and awesome. Watch it. Those were my top 10 comfort films, pre-1980s edition or old classic films or whatever you want to call it. But in that area of space and time, can you tell I've been watching Doctor Who? As you can see, I was very excited about all of them, so please go and check them out. And I will see you in a little bit with a review of The Graduate, the novel, and then I will review the movie too after that. So, see you then. Thank you for watching, and that's all, folks. Bye!